Okay, guys, when you're ready.
Gareth, you must be pleased with the first half. Really pleased. Did you feel that the second half they weren't able to keep those levels up?
Well, I think, firstly, yes, really pleased with the first half. Thought it was excellent performance with the ball. Really good movement and interchange between the front four. We managed to overload midfield, and whenever Raheem or Harry came short, Dele and Jesse made some fantastic runs in behind. We didn't always find them, didn't always see them, but there was a lot of unselfish 1 and 2 touch play, and that really pleased me. We also won the ball back really quickly, and I thought we played from the back with good composure. So that was as good a half as we've had, I think. Second half, it would be easy to say, we were complacent. I don't think that was the case. I think it took us 7 or 8 minutes to get to grips with their change of system. They obviously made four substitutions, went to a back three. We didn't quite work out their midfield quickly enough, and they had a long passage of possession, which they got in behind us. We were a bit slow to react at the back, and then we were at 2-1, and then was a really good test for us actually, because it got their crowd going. It meant that we had to manage a game where it could have gone against us for a brief spell, but once we'd got through that period, I thought we got our composure back, used the ball. We were still causing them problems with the ball, and after that we didn't really concede any clear chances. So in general, we can improve on what we did. That 5-6 minute spell is one we have to learn from, because that in a tournament could be enough to put you out. But also I've got to look at the good things that we did, and we were definitely more of a threat on goal than I think we've been in any of our previous matches.
Do you feel this, you're saying it that way, this is a more attacking side, this formation that you've so far we've seen?
Well, I think it allows us to get the maximum number of players into forward positions, whilst keeping some balance when we're in transition and when we lose the ball. So, if we play with 2 wingers and 2 centre forwards, normally one of them's wide crossing the ball and one of them's struggling to get in from the far post. Actually, the 4 players through the centre, we're getting 4 and 5 in the box with our wing backs as well. So, but that requires some intelligent play, which the boys showed. That's their individual talent. We put them into a structure, we give them the types of runs we think can cause a problem, but their awareness and their touch and their feel for the game is what created the openings that they had. Probably a little bit better decision making and a little bit better final ball on cutbacks in the first half, and we'd have had more than the 2 goals we had. I think we were definitely good value for the lead at half time.
Gareth, it was Harry's first game since you anointed him captain for the tournament. He scored what turned out to be the winner. How important is he to the team and to the ethos of the team?
Yeah, I think his obviously he has great standing in the world game now, so that is of course relevant. His belief in what's possible, his belief in being able to score every time he plays. But he's an unselfish player. I mean, it wasn't a case of him today taking a shot every time he got the ball, or only playing as high as he possibly could. He dropped deep to Link. He played one fabulous pass through to Dele in the first half. His link play and several passes wide were very good. So he played in an unselfish manner, and in terms of an impact on the team, that's the best possible impact you can see if your centre forward is playing in that way for the team. So I thought he had a very, very good performance.
You said before on the TV that there was a decision that you had to make on Raheem playing him. Did you feel that the performance was a good response from him? And just also on the booking as well, is it that split decision, that split second that you had when the keeper's rushing out? That's obviously a decision that the forward has to make then.
Yeah, I mean, I've not had chance to see that back again. It looked a very tight call from where I was sitting. because he was obviously travelling at such speed. So in terms of it wasn't about getting a response. I knew the form he's in and the way he's trained that he would play well. So as I said before the game, I had a decision to make on whether to play him after the turning up late. But actually that wasn't a decision once he started to come under fire from every other direction, because the most important thing I do over the next 6 weeks is protect the players, and that they respect each other, and that they understand how important it is that we support each other and work together. And so in terms of his performance, I got the level I expected. With forward players, there will always be moments where a ball slightly the other side of somebody, or taking somebody on isn't always going to succeed, and there were a couple of those today. But in general, I thought those front four played really well.
Who was the thing, Gareth, and once the whole thing broke about the story about the tattoo, that you were going back and the lateness became less of an issue?
It was what, sorry?
But the lateness became less of an issue.
Well, I mean, that was 10 days ago as well. So how long do we, go on with something? You've always got to balance as a manager. What's the message to the rest of the group, and what's most important at that moment in time? So, the situation was one we didn't want to happen. Don't want to see that happen again. But I think, from my point of view, was the best way to deal with it on this occasion.
Okay, can we take a question from the gentleman in the middle there?
Gareth, because you scored 2 goals. If you look at that game very well, against a very cracked side, those 2 goals will not happen. The first one was a free header, the second one you can call it a goalkeeper error. You know your players very well. You've been with most of these players for some time now. Are you sure you now have the 23 that I made your team? Looking at what happened today.
Well, I was pleased with the performance. Any goal that is scored is normally a consequence of good play, but some defensive issues that could have been better. It's the same at both ends of the pitch. Every goal you see. So I have to focus on the fact that I think we are improving as a team. I think that happened again today. I think we transferred our training into the match. We looked physically in good condition. Contribution of the substitutes was good. So for me, was a good exercise and another step in the right direction in terms of building belief in this group of players.
Question?
It's a similar question. Do you feel you are much closer now to knowing what your starting 11 will be when you go into the tournament?
Yeah, I think we've been pretty clear for a fair while, but there is real competition for places in certain areas of the pitch, so everybody has to maintain the level. The team we picked today, my experience of the weeks leading into a first game of a tournament, and then the first couple of games of a tournament, is that will evolve because of various different things. So everybody's got to be ready to come into the side, and I wouldn't necessarily be saying that's the team that started today is the team that starts against Tunisia, but clearly that it wouldn't be far away.
Rob Harris.
Gareth, you talked about protecting Raheem. You're obviously the first thing the manager for many years to actually play for the team. Do you think that gives you an extra insight and ability and awareness to sort of help protect the players and sort of give you an edge?
No. I think most managers would make that decision. So there are elements of the role and the experience that having been involved in tournaments before helps you with, definitely. But no, it's an individual choice how you manage your players. I don't think that's to do with whether you've played or not, really.
Gentleman here. Sorry, Ryan.
Okay, Gary, your team showed some good physical prowess against an African side today. You just mentioned Tunisia will be in your group, but how confident are you now to navigate another African team, be it from the north in that group, to go to the next stage?
Well, they're a very good side. I've got to say, different style of play to Nigeria. They keep possession of the ball really well and press very well. So I've been hugely impressed with them. They're ranked one place below us in the rankings, and they are a team that are improving. So the two games they've had this week have just reiterated what I've seen in their previous matches. I think it's a game we've got to be spot on in our preparation and our performance to be able to win.
Slightly similar to this question. You played against Nigeria, which is a different team, but slightly different from the way Tunisia played.
Mm.
A lot of them play kind of similar to the looking side. Do you think the Nigerian team has offered you some sort of what you expect when you play Tunisia?
I think we didn't choose the game to exactly replicate what Tunisia will do because it's very difficult to find countries that play exactly the same way. So what we wanted to do was we play most of our matches against European teams, and it's a great opportunity for us to play an African team. We knew that there would be a good atmosphere for us to cope with, and at some stage of the tournament we hope we progress and face a team. Maybe we play Nigeria at some point, or we play a team of a similar style. So for us, it's just about testing ourselves against good football teams who pose different sorts of problems. And I think that was a really good test for us today.
Okay, last 4 questions. Rory Dollard first.
Guys, we've talked about the benefit of moving Kyle Walker inside to the back three, but can you tell us a bit about what you think Kieran Trippier brings on that right side in terms of his crossing ability and his dead ball?
Well, exactly what you say. I think his quality on the ball is outstanding. Two set plays, the one just before the goal, free kick that was bang on the money, and then the corner for Gary, great delivery. But also his quality on the ball when he's in the final third, and when we're playing with wing backs, obviously Ashley has played as a winger for most of his life, and Kieran has outstanding quality as well. So I think that profile in that position is really important. That technical ability is very important.
Tom?
Gareth, you talked about front four at the start of the conference and how pleased you are with the movement and the way they interchange. Do you think they're now playing at a level that they can cause problems for any defence equal against the World Cup?
Well, look, obviously there are teams with incredibly experienced defenders and different structure to the team that are going to cause us to find different solutions to the way that we play. But what I liked about the interchange and the unselfish running was that wherever the spaces were, they seemed to smell them and find them and react to them. So I think with those guys in particular, and a couple of others in the squad, they're intelligent enough to work those solutions out, and they have the technique to do that. So I was pleased because we've had defensive solidity. A big focus for us over the last 2 weeks has been how we create more goal-scoring opportunities and how we make the types of runs that they did. But as always, it's down to then the quality of the players and their intelligence to be able to execute that. So, Wallace.
Gareth, is Pickford sort of the first choice now, or will Butland play against Costa Rica? Have you made your mind up that?
We'll give that consideration over the next sort of 24, 36 hours. But really pleased with what Jordan did. I think that normally when you're playing for England, there isn't a lot of opportunity to produce a lot of saves. That's the nature of the game. But his decision making on a couple of crosses, the punch he came for, very good. His distribution, excellent. Calmness to slide a couple of passes into midfield, which meant when we were pressed, rather than the ball going long all the time and then it's a 50-50, kept composed possession, and that's really important for the way that we want to play. So he can be very pleased with his performance.
And final question. All finished. Thank you very much.